Good afternoon, everyone. Opening prayer. The energy of love is within us and is as whole and complete as the I am that we are. We awaken to the truth of our being. We will this be done within and without. May we come to recognize that we receive all that we give. We know that we have forgiven ourselves when we forgive others of all grievances held within our minds. It's a good one. May we not be led in temptation by the voice of separation, but instead may we transcend all illusions. For ours is the power, love, and peace of Christ consciousness found within each of us, who is but the perfect extension of the one mind and heart that is shared by all and is our birthright as the holy extensions of love itself. Our affirmation of faith. We believe in one God, the author and energy of all life, whose love sustains the universe and all things found within it. Our 5 Christ principles. Number 1, there is only one energy in the universe. That energy is love at all times, active in everyone, everywhere. 2, we are the divine energy of love, and that energy is found throughout the universe and in all things, whether seen or unseen. 3, we create our experiences by what we choose to think, feel, and believe, thereby establishing our responsibility for our own choices. 4, through opening our heart center, we connect with the energy of love and bring out the Christ within us. 5, we express our desire to be of service when we live and demonstrate Christ consciousness in all our affairs. Thank you. Give, live, and love, and have a super day.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome everybody who's here. It's like, whoa. Thank you, Bobby, for starting us off this afternoon. Thank you, Marvin, for the beautiful music. And I would like to welcome everybody who is watching, as well as those who will watch later this week. Today, I hope I can set something straight. Not that there was a problem, I don't think, but I think sometimes we don't understand because the world is upside down and backwards compared to what the truth is. So I'm going to talk about experiences. But in truth, not the way the world teaches what an experience is. So I've titled it, Every Experience is Internal. And it's all feelings. So I'm going to ask you this question. Start with this first. I just want you to think of a feeling that you don't like to have. So it could be different for all of you. It could be whatever feeling that you do not like to experience. It could be sadness, depression, loneliness, anger, rage, right? Just think of a feeling that you don't really like having. Well, I want you to recognize the very feeling that you don't like having is the feeling that you obstruct. And because you obstruct it, you will call it to you more and more. You will call it to you more and more and more until you finally have the courage to look at it. And not just look at it, but to allow it to flow through you so that it can be gone. This really does come from the Bible. And there's a verse that goes, "How a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." But the heart doesn't think, the mind thinks, but the heart thinks in terms of feelings. That's where all experience happens. It happens within us. All right? So now I'm going to ask you this. How many thoughts have you had today? Can you count them? Can you even recall all of them? Can you recall half of them? Most of them gone. You don't even, they just come through and come and go. But I bet you remember every feeling you've had today. That's the experience. The thought isn't the experience. It's the feeling. See, most people think that experience is what happens out here. All that is happening out here is to witness as to what we are thinking inside, which is really what the heart is feeling. So it will show up out here. But I want you to realize something. You don't obstruct happiness. You don't obstruct joy. Well, I know a few people who do. But for the most part, we do not obstruct what we call good, the good feelings. We just let them flow through us. We don't stop it. But become angry. You'll start judging yourself, blaming the other person that you think or the situation that caused you to be angry. And before you know it, you have a story. You've created a story in your own mind to support the feeling of anger. I want you to think about that. Because none of us sees the world the same. It's our perception that we hold on to. We perceive the world by how we are feeling inside. If you're happy and joyous in any moment, you'll see the world happy and joyous. But become angry. And everybody's and you'll begin to attract that anger. More angry people. Because it's where you are. That's your experience. And when we obstruct, and by the way, to obstruct means to judge. So, something I'd like to share with y'all. To unobstruct means without judgment, to not have a judgment. To allow all things means to not judge anything. And the word peace, yes, the word peace means to be without judgment. Because judgment creates conflict, which is the opposite of peace. So, without judgment is to allow, right? To allow, to not obstruct, and to be at peace. By the way, allowance, peace, is the effect. The cause is to be without judgment. By the way, to be without judgment is to be in love. It's to be coming from a place of love. It is love. That's the cause. And who did Jesus say that love was? It's God. So you come from God mind, from the God heart, from the feeling that is God, when you are without judgment. And when you are without judgment, then you are allowing all things to that comes up. You will be naturally in peace because there's no judgment, and therefore you will not obstruct anything that is happening within your conscious field of awareness. Because love does not block anything. It allows all things. Some of you may be thinking, well, love certainly doesn't allow murder. Yes, it does. It allows it because it doesn't judge it. Under the law of free will, each being has the right to be as happy as they want to be or as miserable as they want to be. And now comes the big part. As a being endowed with God, you are as much a creator as He is. And under the laws, you have the right to choose to experience anything that you want to. You can take your God power and be as miserable as you want to be. And you know what the universe says? Good for you. It doesn't judge. It allows you to be as miserable as you choose to be. It's the same hand. You can be as happy as you choose to be. And since God is infinite, by the way, you can be infinitely as miserable as anybody chooses. You can choose to be infinite and then push that wall back a little farther to see if you can be even more miserable. And I promise you, you can. Misery without end. You can choose that. Or you can choose peace without end, love without end, joy without end. It's your choice. That's your power. Choice is your power. It is your creative power to experience whatever it is that you choose. And notice, I'm not talking about out here. The external world is nothing but the reflection of what we are experiencing internally. It's just a reflection. If you want the world to change, you don't try to change that out there. That's an effect. You cannot change an effect. If you want the effect to change, you have to start with the cause. Judgment is a cause. Conflict will always be its effect. Anger would be an effect of judgment, blame. But if you come from a place of unconditional love, the effect is allowance. Because there is nothing to blame. Because you know, as the creator of all you choose to see and experience, it starts with you. By the way, that makes you the cause. That's heaven, guys. That's your divine power. That was the power given to you by the Creator. Did He not say that we are in His image and likeness? Well, if He's a creator, you're a creator. So my question is, how many of you blame others in the world for the poo-poo you find yourself in? Right? Because you would rather play little than to realize the immense power that is yours. Immense power. And when we come together in oneness, we can create worlds, universes. I mean, we do a pretty good job at creating cities. We are creators. You are always creating. You are creating from what you have chosen to experience. You may be thinking, I don't say, I want to be angry. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. If you believe that you can be angry, if you believe that you can become angry, then you will create situations where you believe that you've been made angry. It's that simple. You are the creator. If you do not want to be angry, then choose again. Choose love. Love does not condemn. Love doesn't hold grievances. But how many of you do? How many of you hold grievances? You've got your little grievance card, and you know everybody, what they've done. That's like Santa Claus, doesn't it? You know what that person's done. And do you know how you know it? Because you never let go of the experience. You've obstructed it, meaning you have held on to it. And when you hold on to it, you bought it. It's yours. All right? You have bought it. And that grievance carries feelings with it. The story is meaningless. It's what you feel from the grievance. Hatred, rage, maybe just anger or irritation. And because you hold on to it, you will create it again. Because the universe says, ooh, you like that?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to give you some more. Let's right here. But in all seriousness, what the universe is doing is to help when something else shows up in the external world in which it reminds you of the experience, that reminds you of the grievance. It's done so to remind you of the grievance so that you can let go of it and be happy. Remember, God, the universe, whatever it is you choose to call it, only wants your happiness. It only wants your joy. And it wants to give you everything that is for your good. And it always does. So even those moments when you manifest something that looks horrible, something that's like, oh my God, do I have to do this again? Instead of becoming resentful, become grateful. Become grateful to the universe because it is giving you one more opportunity to clean all of that up. Clean up the old grievances and resentments so that you can step into who you really are and just be the light, be the love, be the compassion, be the joy, and be the infinite self that lives within your heart. But every experience that you obstruct, in other words, every feeling that you hold on to, ends up closing your heart. And when your heart closes enough, it's when the Bible says your heart has become stone. And that's a sad place to be. Because now you've closed off God. You've closed off love. And then everything you will see will be negative because you've closed off the good. Someone asked me a couple of days ago, what is forgiveness? I said, it's acid, like TNT. Blow the stones away. Just blow the stones away. And then there's a form of forgiveness, which I call spiritual Windex. It's just those remaining few spots on the mirror that we are. Spray it down with a good dose of forgiveness. Wipe it clean. And now what? Look at what the world will reflect back. The experiences. Because all the good is shining from you. And what you will see is no less than heaven. Because when your heart is open, your heart is pure, and you have done your forgiveness work and let go of the guilt, the shame, all that is seen is heaven, is God. All right? So I'd like to thank everybody for being here. And now we're going to let Kevin play, and then Miss Penny will do the meditation.
I'd like for you to move around just a little in your seat, and as you get comfortable, breathe in to the count of 3 or 4, love. And breathe out to the count of 4 or 5, peace. Breathe in love. Breathe out peace. Breathe in love and breathe out peace. Sit in the stillness with yourself and set your breathing at your pace. Try to breathe out 1 more second than you breathe in. And breathe in love and breathe in peace. In the stillness, if a thought arises, look at it. What emotion does it represent to you? Just sit with it. Feel it. What is its emotion? Then I'd like for you to thank it, bless it, and let go. And breathe in love and breathe out peace. And continue the process for just another moment or two. And with each thought and with each feeling that you have, be in gratitude, for this is life.
Thank you, Miss Penny. And again, thank you, Marvin. Thank you, Kevin. The Vin. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thank y'all for watching. I'd also like to thank those who watch later in the week. Remember, you have everything because you are everything, because you are a child of the Most High, You are loved. And you are that love. And if you would, say silently with me our closing prayer. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. We give, we receive in love, from love, through love, with love, because we are that love. Have a good one, enjoy, and thank you again. See you next week, guys.